This represents 4 pounds. How many people are 4 pounds overweight? Just about every hand. This is what you're carrying with you during the marathon, 4 pounds overweight. How many are 8 pounds overweight? You got one of these under each arm. How many are 12 pounds? You got one in each pocket, one tucked in the front of your pants. Will this affect race day performance? It probably will, right? For every pound above the waist, you put 4 pounds of additional pressure on the knee every time that leg hits the ground. How many people have sore knees this morning? Think about if you're 10 pounds overweight, that's 40 pounds of pressure every time your foot hits the ground. Additional weight on that knee. So a pound or two makes a tremendous amount of difference when you're talking about how many strides you make in a marathon. Okay. I'm going to run through these really quick. The homeostasis, your body tries to maintain a core temperature, an even temperature. And when you're running, rub your hands together real quick. What do you feel? Heat. Okay, that's what's happening in your muscles. They're sliding back and forth over the top and they get warm, and somehow you have to dissipate that heat. And if you have a layer of this over your muscles, that's insulation, and your body has to work harder to dissipate that heat. And so someone who is heavier has to work harder to reduce their core temperature when they're exercising. So extra weight is really a tremendous handicap. And when I use that word handicap, what do they do to a real, if a jockey doesn't weigh enough, what do they do to his horse? They add weight, don't they? So they call that handicapping a race when they add race to a weight to a racehorse. So some of us are adding a lot of weight to our race, and so that will affect you on race day. Anything you want to add nutritionally that I should mention? A ton of stuff. Any questions nutritionally before I move on? Okay. Hydration we've already talked about. I looked at my yellow group today before they went out running, and I would say 90% of them had a water belt on. So 10% of my yellow group went out today on a 2-hour run without any means of drinking. And boy, that's a long ways to run. Right now, after running 2 hours, those people are dehydrated. Their urine is yellow, thick, and their heart is having to work a lot harder to pump that blood because they don't have enough blood volume water in there. Please buy a water hydration system and practice drinking so that you can drink during the marathon.